Okay, Rich Fan Tassel with you, giving you the breakdown or the recap of the final game today of Saturday, April 16th. It's actually now Sunday, April 17th on the East Coast. The Mavericks got absolutely throttled by 38 points against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I wasn't watching all of this game, to be honest with you. It wasn't close from the beginning. Thunder got out to a big start. Mavericks simply just looked slow the entire game. They didn't look inspired at all. Looked like they didn't want to be there, and that's what you get is a 38-point defeat. Dirk Nowitzki did have 18 on 7 for 15 shooting. He was the only player in double figures. No one even got to 9 points, and there was a lot of garbage time going on at the end. Every player on the Dallas or who was dressed for the Mavericks played tonight. None of them were in the plus, or excuse me, JaVale McGee was at +4. I didn't even know JaVale McGee was still in the league, to be honest. Wesley Matthews for the Mavericks was -40. So you can tell it was just not a good game at all. For the Thunder, Durant only logged 27 minutes, Russell Westbrook 30. Westbrook was +39, so obviously he was having his way against the backcourt of the Mavericks. JJ Barea was only -18, so he actually held his own. Westbrook 24 points on 7 of 15 shooting. Durant 23. He was also 7 of 15. The two were only a combined 4 for 13 from behind the arc, so not great. And Oklahoma City only shot 45% from the field, and they still won by 38. The Dallas Mavericks shot not even 30%, 29.8. So if you rounded it up, you would get to 30%. So should be what most people expected in this series. Certainly what I expected. I thought Dallas would win a game. I usually give all professional teams at least a game. I'm really not going to predict sweeps, but certainly it looks like this one's going to be a sweep after this one. Um, where do you go? Dallas is certainly limited outside of Nowitzki. Chandler Parsons is hurt. He's out. I mean, Darren Williams was -32 at 2 points, 3 assists, so he's simply. I mean, he's got to provide some sort of resistance against Russell Westbrook, or at least get some offensive points to negate him somehow. And again, this is why you lose by 38 points, and you can see why, is because there was just nothing from the Mavericks at all. They looked slow, they were getting out hustled, and it just was not a good game for them whatsoever. And the scoreboard certainly reflected that. All right, so there it is for today's games. The first round of the playoffs or the first set of the first round of the playoffs are in the books. All the game ones for today. We'll move on to tomorrow. We got a nice slate for you. Of course, we got the Cavaliers and the Pistons. You got the Portland Trailblazers and the Los Angeles Clippers. You have the San Antonio Spurs and the Memphis Grizzlies. And who are we missing here? You also have the Miami Heat against the Charlotte Hornets coming tomorrow. Those will be the games. We'll try to give you a breakdown of each of those games as well as they're completed. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch them all. You should all be giving me a little credit that I stayed up this late because I'm tired to watch that filth and the game would just not end. But hey, that's what we're doing here. It's the playoffs, so we'll keep it coming to you as best we can. Thank you all so much for my first run at the playoffs here, my first covering of the playoffs. And I can see you all responding in kind with some views, so I really appreciate that very much. We'll check you out tomorrow. Have a good night.